Hi and welcome to the tutorial for the bead charm. That is our Halloween journal charm that went with the Craftology box. And this is the tutorial, so if you've purchased the bead charm and you're a beginner, I know you've been waiting for the tutorial and today's the day. If you are experienced at making your dangle charms, you've probably you have it made. And I do apologize if you're watching this video and you're running to the website. They are sold out. I will have another bead charm we are offering the fall. It is what we did on the cruise, and I have a very limited number of those that I came home with, so those will be on the website, and then I'll be doing another tutorial. The whole idea behind this dangle charm is if you're a beginner, kind of like an introduction to get you started to loving the dangle charms that you want to put on your albums. So the instructions will go step by step. We'll start right at the top, and I have the picture laid out exactly how we're going to put this together. And so I did open my package. When you get your package, it'll come beautifully packaged like this. And then there's two, this is another one we did, which was the blue from Texas. It'll have your sets of everything in there. And I like to use just a box, scoreboard, or you can even use a non-skid mat, works really well. So when you open your package, you're going to notice you have two eye pins, a head pin, chain, already cut for us. Then we have the lobster claw and all the cute little charms that we'll be working with. You have two bead caps, and I'll leave those in the box. Then you have the black, the marble, orange, two crystal and two pearl beads, and a square bead. Then you have numerous size of jump rings. So I'll be using my needle nose pliers, and then I use both of them because it makes it easier to have those in your hands. And I'm going to sort my sizes. So it looks like right now I have two of the extra, well, they're large. Two, nope, yeah, 4 or 5. 5 of the medium and 2 of the small. And I believe she's really good, Butterbee Scraps, about putting extra jump rings, but I do have a box of them I keep handy, and they're really inexpensive at the store. Sometimes too you want to use a different size than the small, and once you do a couple of these, you'll get used to it, and then you'll be able to go and gauge what it is you want to use. So we're going to start with our chain, and we're going to follow this picture, and we're going to start with the lobster claw, which is what you're going to use to hook this to your mini albums or keychain or anything you want to use it as a gift. Then we're going to take a large jump ring. This is where I like to use 2 pliers. Now if you have 2 sets of the needle nose, they work great. If not, just be careful you do not cut through, but you won't as long as you don't push hard. We're not going to pull the bead apart, we're going to twist the bead. And then you're going to attach it right there to your lobster claw and to the very first chain. And it doesn't matter which end, top or bottom. Then you're just going to close that, and it'll come back together. Then you can kind of just twist it closed. Now I like to start at the top and the bottom. As you become more experienced, you can watch more videos, of course, and it'll show where you can use a banana holder. I've seen some bead workers use those, or jewelry makers. But to keep the weight more even, I like to start at the top and then do my bottom one. So we're going to skip down now to this cap pendant, and then it helps me with laying out to get a little more even. And our cap pendant, we're going to want the cap pendant. I think that is just a really, really cute pendant. We have our cap pendant, our charm, and a large jump ring. Now the different sizes of jump rings also will gauge the dangle, and that's why when you're designing, you want to decide, you know, you're going to have more space, of course, so it's going to hang a little bit lower. That will kind of help determine your jump rings. The smaller ones, of course, bring it back up higher so it's not hanging down so low. We have our first and our last bead. So now we're going to move down up back to the top, and we're doing bead with witch hat. We're going exactly like it says, medium jump ring, so I'll move that out. Now you're going to want one of your eye pins. Then you want a scroll bead cap, black bead, and a pearl bead, oh no, black bead, and and a crystal bead. Let me show you something. That's where I just noticed this. So we have the medium jump ring. We're on the bead with witch hat, medium jump ring. We want the eye pin. We want the scrolly bead cap. Now these could, the scrolly bead cap at the top. Then we want the black bead. Now I have down a pearl bead. We are actually not putting a pearl bead here. So I want you to cross out pearl bead. That's on your bead with witch hat. Just take off your pearl bead. You'll see there's 2 pearl beads here, but not here. Okay. But we do want the next one, the crystal. So we're going to use the black one, the crystal one, and a small witch's hat. And we're going to use a small jump ring, and so you've got your medium jump ring and you have your small jump ring. Just like that. So we're going to pick up there's my eye pin. Your eye pin, you want this to hang down, and you want to take your witch's hat and a small jump ring. Your small jump rings are where I find using the extra set of pliers very helpful. We're going to attach the small jump ring to the hat. Then we're going to attach this to the eye pin at the bottom. This is also to help you visualize and remember this is the bottom. This is actually the bottom. Now you're going to slip on your crystal bead. Then we're going to slip on the black bead, and these can vary. Some might have a little more white streak like in the picture, some might be black. Then we want to take a scroll bead cap. And it will look like so. Now I just hold my fingers in between there, and then I cut. You can kind of determine by looking if that'll be still too long. If it is, go ahead and take off about another 1/8 of an inch. I'll show you. Then we're going to hold it and you're just going to roll. And then I get my needle nose pliers. So that's why needle nose pliers are a bigger help than any other. So you can make your loop. Then we're going to take a medium jump ring right through that hole. Now for right now, I'm just going to close it. And I'm going to show you laying this out. Oops. And then I'll count with. So I'm going to just kind of lay it there for right now. We're not going to attach them until we lay out. I like to get it kind of symmetrical. Now we're going to move to our second one. Very easy. Pumpkin charm. You want a medium jump ring and a small jump ring, because we want our pumpkin to dangle down a little more. Medium jump ring first. We're going to attach that to our pumpkin. You're just going to slip on your small jump ring. Oops, close that up, maybe. Kind of bent that, so I need to straighten it out so it's a little more round and looks nicer. There's our pumpkin. Now we want to move to the witch. So we have a bead with a witch. You'll want a medium jump ring. And one thing that the instructions had said was the small jump ring. And you might notice that you are short one. In fact, this package for some reason I think is short. Yours should have had a few more. Mine apparently is short, so I'm actually going to take from my stash. And if yours is short and you have, just run up to your Michael's, but I will let her know if you are short. That doesn't usually happen, so I think it's just possibly my package. So I've got the medium jump ring, and then I'm using another kind of medium and small. Mine are going to vary in size. Let me see if I have a smaller. Mine are too small, so I'm going to have to use one that's just, you can see it's just a hair smaller. Not, you might have a smaller one, is what I'm trying to say. So we want the jump ring, we want the eye pin for this one. Not that one, we want the eye pin. Then we want the orange bead, crystal bead, and our bead cap. Okay, once again, we're going to attach. Oops, let me go ahead and turn this off. There she is, my little witch. And I'm going to put that right through the hole on our bead pin, so that I know is the bottom. Then I want to add my crystal bead, my orange bead, my bead cap, kind of cutting it over there by my garbage can so it doesn't flick in my eyes or anywhere else, because Wilbur puts things in his mouth. So I'm holding the top. Holding the top, we're just going to roll it. Okay? Roll it. Then get your pliers in there and straighten it up so it stands up a little bit straighter. And let's just roll it so we have that loop. You see it's sitting kind of crooked, so I'm just going to get my needle nose in there. work it again till we're a little bit straighter. There we go. Because we want it to be nice and straight. Then we have our next jump ring, and then I'll just put that down. So we're going to move on to our square bead. Square bead, you'll want your medium jump ring, your head pin, then you want these leftover, all of these leftover beads right here. And the thing with your jump ring is, your head pin, it's because we're not hanging anything from the bottom. So we're going to attach one of our pearls. Now when you attach this one, see there's two holes to go through. So just go through one and kind of push that to the back. Then you're going to add the black bead. Okay. And then you can kind of hold that pearl and work it back up through. Very simple. Then holding that again, we're going to cut the excess. Holding it at the very top. Now see, I'm thinking this might be, well, oh, it's not too, I thought it might be too long. But we're good. And then a jump ring. Now see, I have some extras here because I did grab one, but I could have, if you have extras and not enough of the other size, you definitely can use the bigger ones. That's not a big deal. Okay, let's put our charm together. So I'm going to we hooked the first jump ring to the claw, and then we have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to count down about 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Now on the 4th, I'm going to hook my first bead on there, which was the witch's hat dangling at the bottom. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. And you definitely can place these wherever you like, and then you can build on this by using your own beads, and you can definitely fill it in. I meant to bring one, I'll bring it down in the next video, where I put 2 of the fall charms together. It was really cute. Now as I'm looking at that, I'm thinking it's too far down. Let's move it up 1. So let's only go 3. So these are extremely easy to move. Just a little crooked there. There we go. So let's count down 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we'll go a little bit more. So it looks like I'm going to do it again on the 4th chain from the first one that we just laid down. And that is why we like to have extra jump rings. Let's grab a small. That one just went flying across the room. Okay, So where we just place the black bead, we'll count down 4. And there's definitely different stands that you can buy and use to hang these from. And again, let's count down, probably 4. Looks like, yeah, she's laid it out really well for us, that makes it nice. But you can definitely take them off and put the charms wherever you like. Now, holding my lobster claw, you can see the dangle beginning. It's really cute. And our last one, which is our with the square bead. We're just going to count 4 more from where we placed that. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. You know, on this one, I'm going to go down 1 more for 5. So the beadwork definitely is all in what looks good to you and keeping it somewhat symmetrical. And there's our dangle charm. Now before we end there, I want to show you another charm set that is now available on the website. And I'm going to actually now build on this with you. So this is our Butterbee Scraps called Haunted Hollows. Charms, it's just charms. There's no other beads or anything in it on the website. So I'm just going to dump these charms out with you and show you, because they're beautiful charms. They're not your, you know, some charms come and they're just not polished well. These aren't. They're beautiful. There's a spider. There's another witch's hat. We have a ghost. We have this darling scarecrow and a bat. We have a skeleton, which would be really cute on the bottom here of our cat. We have another witch. We have another pumpkin and another kitty. So we definitely don't want to reuse those. Then if you wanted to add some copper or the brass, and you may have gotten the house in the Craftology box, it's a little bigger. We did have some, so I'm going to move those aside. And then we have the pirate skull. So I want to show you how to build on these yourself. One thing is the jump rings. And like I said, you can purchase these jump rings. Let me grab my kit. You can purchase these right at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, anywhere. And also the chain. What I'm going to do, so I want to now build on this and add a few more things. One thing that I want to add definitely is this spider. And to do that, I'm going to take these 2 jump rings. I'm going to use just my 2 medium ones. Oh, there we go, hanging upside down actually. And this is where we get into building what they call chunky charms, chunky dangle charms. That up. Open that. So I'm going to hold this open now. Add my spider. And I think I'll go ahead and add my skeleton up here at the top. And if you want to add like your skeleton with a bead, you can do that. But the only thing I don't have, so I can't use it with any, oh, I have some, here, we'll take a bead cap right out of this other kit, because you do really need some bead caps. They help a lot. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab a hold of this pearl. And you do want it to fit the pearl that you're using. So we're going to take a small, like I said, these are just adding some extras to show you how I can build on this. These are really little jump rings. And my scarecrow is already long. So I don't want to, there we go. I don't want it to be too dangly. And then I want to add him to the bottom of an eye pin. Oops. And you can buy packages of eye pins at your local craft stores, and that's why I don't carry them. Just the bead kits, charm kits to make our dangle charms, because you can get them at 50, 60, and 70% off. So on goes my pearl. Oh, there it is. I found it. There goes the bead cap. So it looks really kind of cute. Dresses up the skeleton. And I have to tell you, these get to be addicting. Now I'm going to actually be rolling this. I had some extra, but I knew my bead cap was loose, so I really wanted to add to that. And you can do that. Just keep rolling it in a complete circle. And you'll know more as you're playing with your beads. And I'm going to add him right to that large jump ring that we added to our lobster claw. And I know it's hard to see, but while we were on our cruise just this past little while ago, I took 2, and then I took some extra charms because these were kind of special. When the girls, let me show you, this is the fall charm, but you can see how much I've added to it and really chunked it up. Some of the ladies got off and went to a bead store and brought me back like this acorn, and they brought back, so this one's kind of special, but then I added all these other little gold and different charms. But this is 2 charm kits put together with a few extra things that were given to me, like Doris and Kat went into town and brought back the acorn, so I had to add that. So this one's my like commemorative from the cruise, and I really love this. So you can definitely keep going here. Let's go one more time. Let's add Let's add, let me see if he'd be too big to put right there. He might be. So let's go ahead and go with our scarecrow. So it can be as easy, I mean, it could be as simple, just like we did with our pumpkin, as adding one jump ring, because he already hangs down. Let's see, where should we put him? Not there. And if you have a holder, see, your holder can be holding this up. So, hey, you can even use a member of your family. What I'm doing is kind of looking for a spot that is more open. Right there. Okay. Now that helped to fill it out a little bit more. So there you saw the basic charm kit, the Dangle charm kit, and then there's with a little bit more added. So I love to start out with just these basic charm kits to help you get started, to help you see. They are always limited because Butterbee Scraps just puts together a limited amount. But our fall, which there's a combination here of 2 of them, but you'll have everything in there except these extra pieces that I added, which wasn't a lot, but it is 2 kits put together. So I hope you enjoy making your Dangle charms, because I know they're really fun to add to our projects, our mini albums, or even just to give as a gift to go with the project. Maybe you made a fall mini album, so it's really cute to include one of the Dangle charms that you can put on your keychains. You can add to, you know, just a house key, or put on your purse. They're really fun to carry around. So don't be afraid to try them. They are really fun, and once you get started, trust me, you'll be addicted. So thank you, everybody, and I hope you enjoy receiving your Craftology box for this month. They're available at countrycraftcreations.com, and the main kit where we're using the Twilight paper, and the projects are done by our design team members and Kim Reynolds of Kim Can't Stop Crafting. Then you will also be able to put all these fun things together and start decorating your house, because Kim did a great little Halloween box. But our next kit will debut very soon in October, and we will ship that one in November. Thanks, everybody, and have fun making your charms.